About all of that right now with Alex Massie. He's a Scotland editor of the Spectator magazine. He's also a columnist at the Times and the Sunday Times on Scottish affairs. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Julia.
Thank you so much for joining us. I have to say, this story broke during my show yesterday, and absolutely astonishing events to see the former chief executive of the largest party in Scotland and the husband of the former First Minister of Scotland facing arrest. As I say, no charges have been brought. It's still a live case. But Nicola Sturgeon is facing a lot of questions over this. Do we have any idea yet of what she knew when and whether or not she is being questioned? Because, of course, she has been asked some of these questions. She's given slightly different answers on different occasions.
Yes, indeed. I mean, this is a story that is not going to disappear anytime soon. I mean, you're right, obviously, that Peter Murrell was questioned by police officers for almost 12 hours yesterday, released without charge, pending further investigations. The police are sending a report to the Crown Office and the Procurator Fiscal, who will then determine, presumably, whether there is sufficient evidence for charges to be brought. But these were, extraordinary scenes, as you suggest. The tent outside the Sturgeon Murrell house, the raid on SNP headquarters in Edinburgh, taking away enormous numbers of documents, laptops, computers, other things. It is very difficult, frankly, however, to say who knew what when. There are obviously a lot of people suggesting that the police had somehow, delayed this part of their investigation until after the SNP had elected a new leader. That is speculation. There is absolutely no evidence upon which to base that assertion. It may be true, it may not be, but nobody, frankly, is in a position to offer an informed comment on that.
It may well be the case that it would be an appropriate thing for the Scottish police to do, to wait until any arrest after a 2-year investigation, and we'll see what comes of it. Again, people are innocent until proven guilty, no charges brought at this time, to wait until after a leadership election so that they couldn't be accused of getting involved in that political debate.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, police investigations, run as long as they take, don't they? To that extent, police Scotland were in a very delicate and difficult position, I think. I think it is fair to say that had Peter Murrell been arrested and there'd been a police raid like this a month ago before voting opened in the SNP leadership contest, then the outcome of that contest might well have been different. Again, this is obviously speculative and hypothetical situation, but given that Humza Yousaf was the party establishment, the outgoing leadership's choice to succeed Nicola Sturgeon, it is difficult to see how this could have happened a month ago without damaging his prospects.
Indeed. And we'd already seen, have we not, Peter Murrell's resignation as chief executive over what were effectively lies that were told, and a press officer of the party also resigned as well, over lies that were told to the Scottish media about the membership of the SNP, because there was the whole thing, these ballots were going out to SNP members, but the other candidates were saying, well, how many SNP members are there? And we learned, and journalists were told, around 100,000, and then it emerged that some 30,000 had resigned, I think, within the last year. And that was, again, very telling about whether or not there was discomfort in the party, whether they were losing support as a result of various different issues like the trans self-ID debate and other issues. Given how close that vote was in the end, we were told early on, wasn't it? Everyone said, all the smart money is on Humza Yousaf. He's the continuity candidate. He's endorsed by, not officially by Nicola Sturgeon, but her deputy John Sweeney. Everyone knew that was the candidate she wanted to win. But Kate Forbes got 48%. He got 52%. The golden ratio in British politics, of course. It wouldn't have taken much to have seen a different outcome.
No, it wouldn't. And that is an uncomfortable reality for the new First Minister, who has to deal with the fallout from this. And it goes back a long way. There's been a culture of secrecy and an aversion to transparency at the top of the SNP for a very, very long time. A lot of people have commented over the years that it can't possibly be healthy in any country, but perhaps particularly a small country, actually, for the chief executive of the governing party, chief executive since 1999, to be married to the leader of the party since 2014, Nicola Sturgeon. That is a concentration of power that doesn't have any, no other political party in Britain operates on anything like that basis.
But that's part of the sort of incestuous nature of Scottish politics, isn't it? And that one-party dominance that we have seen, and that's why that raises concerns about the police and their chosen actions. Close relationships between the Scottish government and police chiefs. There are going to be a lot of questions to be answered about those links. But going back to sort of Nicola Sturgeon, she's already chosen to stand down. She's been a titan of Scottish politics, a hugely impressive figure. Now, not when you look at her actual record in